went snowboarding a few years back and it was one of the funnest things I ever did, so when I came across a little game called Wii Ski and Snowboard for the Wii, I was very intrigued. And despite what some critics may say, the game is very fun and unique in many ways. You can complete all the challenges, race your friends down the mountain, or just ski or snowboard around aimlessly. Even when you're not doing anything special in this game, you feel pretty cool. But nowhere near as cool as these guys. But one thing that made this game even better for me were the secret areas that were put in. On Mount Angrio, instead of going straight down the hill at the peak, turn around and go backwards. After sliding down a steep hill for a while, take a sharp right and you'll find this place, a secret cave with death-defying jumps. One of the cool things about this area is that unlike most of the game, which is fairly safe, this place forces you to go past huge cliffs that would easily be fatal if fallen from. There's absolutely no way I would do this in real life. But hey, this isn't real life, so who cares, right? The second area is on the very left side of Mount Angrio on Giant's Realm. There's a bunch of bottomless pits in the ground that appear out of nowhere, and if you fall through them, you die. So naturally, while I was playing, I wanted to fall through each and every one of them. Lo and behold, I fell through the last one, and I wasn't met with death, but rather another secret area. Like the one on the right side of Mount Angrio, this one also has cliffs. The only difference is that these cliffs have lava at the bottom. Explore deeper and you'll find some walls with cave markings on them. Like this one with a bunch of people worshipping a giant jellyfish queen? Or something like that. At this point you hit a fork in the road. If you take the right side, you'll go down a long hallway with some crystals on the wall, and at the end you'll find this guy, which I guess is the abominable snowman? I always figured he looked more like this. If you take the left side of the fork, instead of lava, you'll find even bigger crystals and some peaceful waterfalls. For a game that's this cartoony, the environments sure are beautiful. And then it finishes off with a few more death-defying jumps just for good measure. Ah, Mr. Rossetti, the short-tempered mole that shows up in Animal Crossing games when you don't save. This guy is infamous for being one of the most annoying characters ever. But he's not just annoying, he's also incredibly weird. How exactly does he know when you haven't saved? He's gotta be spying on you from somewhere. But as it turns out, he is. Mr. Rossetti has his own surveillance center that can be found in Animal Crossing City Folk. When you get off the bus, go right down the street until you see some traffic cones. Usually the cones are blocking the way, but every now and again on nights after 8 p.m. the cones will be pushed aside and you can enter. While he isn't quite as mad as he usually is, he certainly isn't happy to see you there. The surveillance center, as he puts it, ain't open to civilians, and he asks you not to tell anyone about it. Frankly, I can't blame him for wanting to keep it a secret, considering just how illegal what he's doing must be. He bribes you with a silver shovel in hopes to shut you up, but other than that, there isn't much here. I guess it is kind of strange to see the bottom half of Rossetti, though. His legs are much more non-existent than I would have expected. Fatty. Other than maybe Pokemon, Super Mario RPG is one of the first RPGs I can remember playing as a kid, and one of the things I remember most about it is all the secrets in the game. There were hidden chests, hidden boss battles, and even a cameo from both Link and Samus. But the biggest secret in the game was Great Guy's Casino. Randomly throughout the game, you'll find hints of the casino's existence, but none of them were very clear, and as a kid, I wasn't even convinced that it was a real place in the game. But as I learned a couple years later, it actually is. You can find the casino by going through one of the pipes in Bean Valley. Defeat the Chomp Chomp in the way and then jump 3 times in the corner and a platform will appear. Jump up and go through the door and this will bring you back to the world map where a new location of Great Guy's Casino has become available. But even if you got lucky enough to figure that out, you aren't allowed in without a member's card. So you have to go back to Booster's Tower to see Great Guy's old partner in crime, Knife Guy. If you play his juggling game long enough, you'll eventually get a bright card. Once you get it, return to Great Guy's Casino and you'll be allowed to enter. Once you're finally in the casino, you'll be able to play 3 games: Blackjack, a slot machine, and Look the Other Way. The first 2 are just like their real life counterparts, but Look the Other Way is a bit different. And by different, I mean kind of stupid. In similar fashion to Knife Guy's juggling game, you'll have to guess which way Great Guy will look. If you look the opposite way as him, you win. Simple as that. Once you win this game 100 times, you'll be rewarded with an item called the Star Egg, which is basically a rock candy that can be used an infinite amount of times. Looking back on it now, Great Guys Casino may not seem like all that big of a deal, but back in the day, if you found it, you really felt proud of yourself because you couldn't just look it up on the internet and have a random Wikipedia article tell you how to do it. You had to figure it out all on your own. And it's sad, but I feel like most gamers today don't get to experience that type of satisfaction anymore. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the G-Files. I'm PeanutButterGamer, and I'll see you next time.
Go to normalboots.com now to see the new video listed below. And if you want to follow my shenanigans, you can find me at facebook.com/peanutbuttergamer or twitter.com/peanutbuttergmr. Thanks for watching, everybody.